No matter whether you're in a place of feeling resourced or if you're feeling in a place of overwhelm and needing support, that matters. It is what community is for, that so we can all lean on each other as needed. And that is where this resourcefulness comes from and the regeneration comes from, so that we do have those opportunities for seasons of rest when we need them. And that we can know that we can survive in this way and still be supported and still be celebrated and still be successful. Hello, love. Welcome to the Sacred Purpose Podcast, a place where we illuminate your innate wisdom and help you embody your soul's calling. I'm your host, Lisa Malia, midwife, breast cancer survivor, and mama of 3, turned nonprofit CEO and embodiment coach. We're each on a unique path to live our sacred purpose, but we don't need to walk it alone. Through the power of connection, feminine wisdom, and embodied leadership, we can elevate our lives, communities, and businesses. Each week, I'll bring you transformative stories, practices, and rituals to support you in trusting and following your intuition, creating space to live a life of sacred purpose with deeper clarity and unapologetic joy. As we reimagine and envision a new way forward. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hello, love. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today is a solo episode. I decided to do this episode because I recently was in a conversation with another woman. She is beautiful soul-aligned business female founder. And I was talking to her about the women that I work with. And I used this term, a resourced woman. And she stopped me and she said, well, what is that? What does that mean? A resourced woman? She goes, it sounds wonderful. And asked me to really define that question for her. And so I thought, okay, let me do a full episode around this, because it is kind of a full concept and term that's really actually something that's evolving. And when I think about regenerative practices, and I think about regenerative businesses, and I think about wellness in my body and creating these beautiful, collaborative, sustainable ways of living, being in community, in family, and in business, how is it that we carve this new way forward as embodied feminine leaders? And I use this term as a resourced woman. And to me, a resourced woman is somebody who is connected to what's available to her, and also connected to those around her, working in collaboration and using each of our resources in the best way possible to serve ourselves so that we can serve each other and fill in the different roles that we each get to have and that we can take, and that we can truly work and transform not just our lives, but leave this really beautiful, lasting legacy behind us that is regenerative, that has a life of its own, that exists beyond us, that nourishes and sustains us rather than deplete and extract from us, leaving us burnt out and unwell. So thank you for tuning in. I'm so happy to have you here. And again, I want to let you know before I totally dive in here about the embodied leadership immersion that I have coming up, and to encourage you to go visit the show notes and sign up for it. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to dive into these topics a bit more and so much more. So I really encourage you to join. I use the word leadership, but don't let that be something that makes you feel like you don't belong there. We are all leaders in our own capacity. And I'm not just speaking to female founding business owners and CEOs. I'm talking about women who are showing up in their community every day, and in their families, and in their businesses, and in their work, and however it is that they're showing up in the world, and how we can support each other to continue to do so and weave this web together, no matter what role we are taking on. So again, just go click that link in the show notes, sign up, you'll get all the details. It's a free workshop, and I really hope to see you there. So a resource woman, again, she is someone she has a regenerative flow of resources in one or more areas of her life to use for her personal growth, for her well-being, to support her family, her community, her business, her projects, organizations, or things that she deeply cares about, things she wants to express or create or just be involved in, right? So she has resources and she has and desires to express them. So there are 6 main areas that I identified that a woman can be resourced. And for lack of a better word, I'm going to use the word pillars or areas until I come up with something better. And these are by no means comprehensive, but it lays a foundation from which to grow from. And when cultivated and done so in alignment with your soul purpose, any of these pillars can be used to create sustainable change and leave this lasting legacy of impact for the good of all beings that reaches and has far-reaching ripples beyond and exceeds what we can imagine. And as I go through these, if you feel like you're in a place that you are struggling to identify with or claim resourcefulness, maybe you're feeling not resourced, or you're feeling like you're in a place of lack, or you're in a place of overwhelm, I would just encourage you to take a few breaths here with me. And even if you are feeling resourced still, I think it's good to just take a moment and see how some of these topics land in your body. And even if you are feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling like you don't have what you want to accomplish or do or contribute, what it is you so desire to do, let yourself be in a little bit of a dream space in that case. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it really can help rewire our system and our minds and our way of thinking and open up more possibility. And that's what this is really about, to just open up that possibility of what's available to you. As I go through these, consider which ones call to your soul. If you don't immediately identify with them, maybe even just see how they land in your body. Which ones spark a calling to your soul, or sparks an emotion or an idea, or a feeling in you that you think, oh, okay, there's something there. Maybe let me just investigate that and see what's really behind that. And then what is it that you can do to maybe nourish that craving? If something comes up and you think, oh, well, maybe there is something there for me to explore, and it's this craving or this desire. And so how can you nourish it? How can you get support around it? How can you seek out mentors or people that have some extra resource and abundance in this area that you can maybe learn from? So we'll go through and read some of them through now. And the first one I'll start with is health, vitality, and energy. And again, these are pillars, so they do hold a lot. This is, again, this is not the end all be all, but this is the foundation. So you have wellness in your body, you feel vibrant, you have energy. So you're able to do things, you're strong, you have energy, you want to show up for things, and you're well in your body. This is a gift and it is a resource. And to have this as a regenerative resource, right? So that you can have this energy and be so grateful for it and want to use it. And then also make sure that you are doing it in a regenerative way, so that you aren't just giving, doing, and then ending up in a place of exhaustion and overwhelm and depletion. And I will come back and revisit that concept with every single one of these, because it's so important that, again, these are regenerative practices. This is how we become resourced, is that we don't run ourselves into a place of depletion and extraction and exhaustion and these things that make us ill in the end and aren't sustainable. And I'm breaking this up because, as we're seeing in the world around us right now, so many things happening with the Great Resignation and people really realigning with their values and wanting to show up and exist in the world in a new way, and discovering how it is that we go about this now and learning this new way. And so this is why we need each other, and we need to do this in community so that we're not doing this on our own, because that was the old way and it doesn't work. And we learned that. So let's find this community. Let's create this great community that we are able to live and practice these forms of regeneration where we are thriving and showing up and existing in this beautiful balance that is possible for us. The next area of resourcefulness is knowledge, wisdom, and education. This is somebody who has, whether it was learned in school, learned through life, they were born with this wisdom and this knowledge. They have thoughts and ideas or research and facts and science and all this education and research. And it is so valuable. And how do you want to contribute this information, this wisdom, these insights to support you? What is wanting to be expressed? How can that support you? How is that something that you want to contribute to the world with? Do you want to write? Do you want to speak? Do you want to teach? Do you want to lead, be part of a team? There's so many forms that each of these areas can take on. And that's really the exciting part, when you can embrace where it is that you're resourceful and then start to match it with your soul's calling and your soul purpose and your heart's desire, and really see where you can weave yourself into this web of collaboration and open up so much possibility. This again is all the things that we're going to be diving into in the embodied leadership immersion. So stay with me here. The next one is somebody who has financial abundance or financial influence or financial decision making and advising. So they're either managing their own money very well and it's regenerative and it's consistent, or they're managing other people's money very well and helping them make wise choices, or both. Maybe they're advising on a board, maybe they're in charge of grants and decision making there. Anybody that has influence in the financial space, whether it is their own funds or in an advisory role, and helping people know and make really wise contributions to the world with their financial resources, and how we can direct those in mindful and meaningful ways, and how we can use that influence in collaborative and sustainable ways. So the next area is somebody who offers spiritual guidance and spiritual teachings. This is somebody who is a light worker. They are, not necessarily affiliated with a religion, but they can be. But these people are needed in our communities as well, right? To help us remember who we are, to stay grounded, to remember the beauty that surround us, and help us keep that higher perspective in place for us, and nourish our hearts and our souls, and support us in the great questions of all the why that we have as human beings. The why are we here, and all the big questions that we have when it relates to our existence and to love and meaning and purpose. Those people are so valuable. The next area or pillar is someone who has love, who is a vessel of love, of self-love and love for all beings. They have charisma, they are nurturing, they have a healing presence. We need those people. They lay such a groundwork for us feeling that we are whole, that we are seen, and wanted to just really point out and not overlook that this really begins with self-love. And these people can show others that they are able to cultivate that for themselves too, and how important that is in this world and going forward, to have that self-love and create that confidence and that knowing in our being that who we are is valuable, that we are already whole, that we do matter, that we are here for a reason. And just really those beautiful people that embody all that safety and all that nourishing, that give us a place to remember who we are and that we are okay. We are more than okay. And the last pillar that I will mention is our creatives, our visionaries. And, this can come again in so many forms. These are our artists. These are the people adding more beauty to the world. These are the people bringing in new ideas to the world. And they're inspiring us, and they're creating, and they're opening up portals for us that we hadn't previously seen, either through their art or their words and their vision. And we need those people because they open up possibility for us and create art out of things where we didn't see it before, and help us see things in a new way. And that's so important right now as we keep moving forward. And I just want to say that it's also important to not lock yourself into any one of these buckets, because we are all so multifaceted. And of course, we're all parts of all these things. It's just looking at where some of these things at what point in your life are the strongest. Where do you have one resource over the other that really feels like, okay, I have this and this is where I can contribute. And this is where maybe I can call in somebody that has this other piece so that we can work in collaboration and share the vision, share the idea, have the guidance, have the financial resources, build the team of people with energy and bring the whole thing together. So I really feel that this is what we're building here, a community of women that can really collaborate, come together, shine a light on each other's brilliance, and help us just illuminate and amplify and magnify each other's gifts and resources, talents and abilities, and support each other, as we figure this out. And no matter whether you're in a place of feeling resourced or if you're feeling in a place of overwhelm and needing support, that matters too. That is what community is for, that so we can all lean on each other as needed. And that is where this resourcefulness comes from and the regeneration comes from, so that we do have those opportunities for seasons of rest when we need them. And that we can know that we can survive in this way and still be supported and still be celebrated and still be successful. So I just really want to encourage you to come join me in the embodied leadership. I'd love to know how this felt for you. What pinged for you? What came alive for you? What did this make you think of? For me, I think of us as this beautiful collaboration, right? If we're all weaving this beautiful web together, right? And it just opens up infinite possibility for what we can do and create together. And that's just what lights my soul on fire. I hope it lights your soul on fire too. And I really do hope I see you there. And if you love this episode, please, I just encourage you to go leave a written review. It helps us reach more women so we can continue to grow this community. And I will see you at the next episode, love. I'm so happy to have you here with me. It's an honor to have you tuning in each week. I want you to know that no matter where you're at and no matter what transition you're facing, you are supported and loved. You are whole and you are more than capable as you are in this moment. You always have been. If you're ready to lean into a life of purpose, clarity, and joy through sisterhood, ritual, and intention, join us in the Connected Circle. Consider us your soul squad of women navigating all the transitions of life together. To join now, head over to my website, lisamalia.co, and join the Connected Circle at the very top of the page. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this show, please share, subscribe, rate, and write a review. This helps the goddess of the algorithm guide other incredible people to find this show and supports the work we do here. It really does make a difference, and I would be so, so grateful. With all my love, have a beautiful day.